How you doing, everyone? It's Mr. Outlaw again. I'm here to talk about some more Smokeless Image products. After putting my first video up, I've gotten a lot of emails from people asking if I can post more videos, and also take the first video that I made and break it down into smaller sections so that they can share it with people if they want to see just about one specific part or product from Smokeless Image. So I will begin to do that. But today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about something that new people get scared of very easily. And that is how to fill a cartomizer, or how to refill a cartomizer. And I think a lot of times when we first get started vaping, we start saying, oh, well, it's not something I really want to get into. It's too much work. I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong. So what we choose to do is buy pre-filled cartomizers. And then what we end up doing is spending way too much money on vaping that we should. Because the bottom line is a pre-filled cartomizer is going to cost you anywhere between $1.50 and $2.50 depending on what company we get it from. So when you refill it, it's going to cost you anywhere between 5 cents and 40 cents depending on where you get your juice and how much you pay for it. And that's a huge difference in costs. And like I said in the first video that I made, if you're using Smokeless Image and you have like a set of the Smokeless Image pre-filled cartomizers that you got when you first bought your kit or that you've bought in the past, you can use Smokeless Image juice and top them off. Most of the time I've gotten about 25 to 30 fills on one of my Smokeless Image cartomizers. So if you buy a cartomizer that has a flavor in it and then rebuy the juice that they sell, you know, you're going to sit there and it's going to cost you a fraction of what it would cost you as if you went and bought 30 cartomizers from them that were pre-filled. So it's just another way that we can save money. Also, filling your own cartomizer is going to allow you to use juice from other companies. You know, Smokeless Image has some incredible e-juice, but the bottom line is there are a lot of companies out there that all make some incredible flavors. And, you know, whether you want to use a mint flavor or a turtle cheesecake, I've even seen, like I said, I've seen bacon flavored and pizza flavored. So if you're able to refill your cartomizers, then you can try all of those different juices that are out there. Like I said, it's a very simple process, and it's just something that for some reason it scares us. And all you're going to do is you're going to get a cartomizer, whether you're using a brand new blank one, which is what this is, or you're using one that you've already used in the past and you're just going to refill it with the same juice. Either way is a very easy method to do it. The one thing you need to remember about cartomizers is that there's a filler in there, and it's a polyfill. And that polyfill will retain the flavor of whatever juice you have in there. So you really don't want to try to mix juices in it. Some juices you won't really notice. You know, if you're using, say, for example, if you have a watermelon-filled one and you vape it and it's empty, it's ready to be refilled, you can put a grape in there. The first couple of puffs may taste like grape, may taste like a watermelon grape mix the first time you get through the cartomizer, but then the next time it'll have more of the grape flavor. But you're never going to be able to take something and like have a coffee pre-filled cartomizer, or have coffee in a cartomizer and then when it's empty put watermelon in that. It's never going to taste good. It's one of the drawbacks to cartomizers is being able to switch juices. And I'm going to post another video on another day that's going to teach you basically how to take one of your old Smokeless Image cartomizers and use it to drip test new juices so that you don't waste a cartomizer on a juice that you're not even sure if you like. But today, let's talk about how to refill these and how to fill them for the first time. So what you want to do is when you get it, you've got these two little rubber boots on. A lot of people call them the condoms, or we're going to do what's called the condom fill method. And all you want to do is pull those rubber boots off. Okay. Now, when you get your cartomizer, you've got an end cap on it. Okay. Now, if you go onto the Smokeless Image website, Steel Jan has a video. It's part of the Smokeless Image. If you look under cartomizers on how to refill them. I'm not really going to get into the drip method, which is what she talks about. And basically, all the drip method is to take off this end cap, okay, and just drip juice down into the middle there. The most important thing you want to remember is when you're doing a drip method is to not get juice down into that center hole. That center hole is the air hole. If you get juice down in there, it's going to leak down onto your battery terminal. It's also going to come up into your mouth, and I personally don't like the taste of e-juice. So that's it. If you get it in there, don't worry about it because you're going to blow it out anyway. But you know, the less you get in there, the less juice you're going to waste, and the less cleanup you're going to have. So what we're going to talk about today is the condom fill method. Okay, and all you're going to do is take your rubber condom, and you're going to fill it up about halfway. Okay. Now, 20 drops is about a milliliter. So I'm not going to bother counting them. I just know halfway is about a milliliter or 20 drops. So just fill it up about halfway. Now, you can do the condom fill method from two ways. You can either put it at the mouthpiece end. Now, I've got the end cap off, remember. Or you can do it from the battery end. I personally like to do it from the mouthpiece end. The reason being is it's less cleanup. It's as simple as that. A lot of times if I'm going to fill a cartomizer, I want to do it on the go. I want to do it at home and get out the house quickly, and I don't want to have to sit there and bother cleaning out the threads. So all I'm going to do for the mouthpiece again is I take off the end cap so I'm exposing my filler. Now that I've got my condom filled, all I'm going to do is push my cartomizer very slowly down into that juice. And what that's doing is it's basically forcing the juice to get sucked up into the filler like a sponge. And if you watch down on the bottom, you can see the juice that's in there. And you can see the air bubble. And you know, you can obviously see that air bubble is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because the juice is getting sucked into the cartomizer. Now, when I do it this method, remember there is a gap in there between the filler. So all I do is turn it upside down for a second. And just let that juice get sucked up in there. It's also very important to remember that when you're doing it like this, you have to have the condom off on the other side. You can only have one side of the condom on. Otherwise, there's no place for the air to escape. Okay, so that should be about sucked up. Now you're going to look inside, and you can see that it's now wet. Now, when you do your drip method or you do a condom fill method, you want to make sure that the juice gets filled all the way down into the cartomizer. You know, again, the Smokeless Image cartomizers, one of the things that makes them so good is that the coil is down here on the bottom. There's no coil that runs up and down the tube. So you have to make sure the bottom of this is nice and wet. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. Number one, you can just put this on your desk, battery side like this, and let it sit. That'll force gravity to take the juice down to the bottom. Or we can rush the method. Rushing it is pretty easy. It's called a Taryn spin. Most people don't want to be bothered with it. I do it once in a while. Usually I only do it if I'm going to fill a cartomizer for the first time. And all it is basically taking some kind of homemade device that you have, putting the cartomizer in it, and giving it like a yo-yo spin to force the juice to get down to the bottom. And then you can add some more juice into it. So if you look again inside this cartomizer, you can see it's pretty wet. You know, I know you can't see it like too well on the webcam, but this is a pretty filled up wet on the top right now. Now, in a Taryn spin, what you're going to do is basically take a homemade device. You could use any kind of a lasso, a lanyard, a USB carrier that's on a cord, anything that's got a small pocket that you can take your cartomizer and put it in. I created one. I didn't go out and bother buying something. You can even use a rubber glove. But what I did was I took an empty medicine bottle, I poked a couple holes in it, and I put a rope through it. Pretty simple. What you want to do then is take your cartomizer and put an end cap, and I put an end cap where it's got the one that's got the little extra piece in it, the nipple in it, and put it on the battery side. It's very important that you do this. If you don't do this, what's going to happen is when you do your Taryn spin, all of the juice that you poured in the front is going to come shooting out the bottom inside of your spin. Okay, so make sure you put the condom on the back. It's got to go on the battery side. Then you're going to take your cartomizer and drop it inside of your spin. Then, if I can do this without killing myself on camera, hold it to your side and do like a little yo-yo spin. And again, all this is doing is it's forcing the juice to go down to the bottom. You don't have to do it too much. And you take your cartomizer out. Now if you look in there, you can see it's dry. It's not completely dry, but it's dry. That's going to allow me to put more juice in there. Then I take my juice and I drip in maybe another 5 drops. I think I lost count. Anyway, now if you look in there, you can see it's nice and slushy. It's a nice filled cartomizer. Take it out of the condom. Put your end cap back on. Then what you want to do is take a paper towel and you just kind of want to blow through a couple times to make sure you have no juice in your air hole. Okay, it's pretty clean. Then I just take it, wipe off the battery side a little bit. Put it on my Smokeless Image battery. This is a 78mm lime green. This came in the mail. And you vape. Tastes great. Nice, easy, quick refill. What did that take me? Maybe a minute at most. Obviously, it doesn't take me nearly as long as I do on a video, but I'm trying to demonstrate it for you. Makes it nice and easy. That's how you fill a cartomizer. I don't know why we all get scared about it when we first get started vaping, but we do. But obviously, like I said, it's going to save you a tremendous amount of money. So that's what I have for you guys today. Please watch for some more videos. Like I said, some of the other videos I'm going to plan on posting up are how to turn one of these little cartomizers into a drip tube to test drip juices, as well as some other things. If you like my video, go ahead and press the like button down there on the bottom. Other than that, guys, please leave comments. Look for me on ECF. I'm on ECF all the time as Mr. Outlaw. And have a great day.